Something unexpected happened when a strange figure was caught on camera in broad daylight in Scotland. This chilling scene unfolded before a visitor who came to film some others, who she noticed to have been present in the area. The tranquility of the Scottish River was greatly disturbed as this woman saw an unusual movement in the trees. A ghost-like figure was seen moving slowly between the trees, which was frightening. After walking for a while, the ghost stopped at a particular tree. Camping in the middle of the woods in Box Hill, UK, a man heard strange screams of human-like voices in the woods. These scary voices cried out in the middle of the night, disrupting his sleep and leaving him frightened. But the question is, where were the voices from since he was all alone? Some campers' adventure time turned scary as strange voices and loud knocks emerged from some unrecognized creatures in the dark.
Get my keys. Oh, get ready.
The fire the campers set for warmth was put out immediately as the voices were getting closer, and everyone present rushed to the trunk for safety. It was very dark after the light was put out, and for a short moment, the only sound heard was the shaky voice of one of the campers whispering to his friend to run to the trunk, which was later followed by a series of much louder wailings by the creatures.
Where's our computer? Where's our computer?
Then suddenly, the knocking also grew louder, and the fear in the campers could be seen as all the strange cries frightened them, and they immediately tried to flee the area. A ghost was caught on camera running across the Gettysburg field during a late-night drive by some campers. A man comfortable in his seat while driving in a camp was intensely shaken and had to stop his car to catch his breath after witnessing an unnerving event. The man noticed shadowy creatures walking on the field, and when his light shone on the part of the field where the figures were, he noticed that they were ghosts. The area, once a battlefield, is notorious for its haunted past, and the ghosts seen could be the ghosts of the soldiers. A young girl wallowed in the sand at a beach near the camping center. The parents expressed deep regret over the tragic event.
They were enjoying the perfect beach day with their 2 young children when the unthinkable happened.
We go to the beach, we think of water safety, and this never...
The unexpected disaster in broad daylight cast fear on all who witnessed it, and it caused perpetual pain to the family of the victim.
Stayed with him because, I wanted to be digging, and so she sat with him the whole time, and she was just, she's so kind.
The excitement that once filled the air at a crowded beach was immediately deflated when a girl of about 7 years old and her brother playfully dug holes in the sand, and she drowned in the process. The children's game was not monitored by their parents, who thought it was normal as children are always seen digging holes in the beach.
The family says it took nearly 20 minutes to fully get the children out of the hole several feet deep, but say it felt like time stood still.
Suddenly, the girl was covered in a heap of sand, as she seemed to have drowned after falling from the holes she and her brother had dug. It appears another hole that had been dug in the same spot contributed to the fatal incident.
About kisses and hugs and songs.
Now the Mattingleys remembering their bright and vivacious daughter who loved unicorns.
After multiple attempts, She was finally extracted from the sand and rushed to the hospital, but it was already late as she had already died upon getting there. The parents stated in an interview that the tragic incident happened so fast, making them unable to save their daughter.
Going through this, whether that's signage, beach patrol, and strangers, if you see something that's dangerous, take the courage and say something.
An alien in the woods allegedly abducted a camper. Jeff Kessler went missing after he went camping alone outside of Bend, Oregon in May.
For being secluded, this is one hell of a spot. I brought the 8-person tent, or the 6-person tent. I haven't pulled this thing out in a long time,
On arriving at his camping site, he packed his car to set up his tent for a fanciful adventure. After arranging his camping items, he went on to record the site.
Save a few bucks.
The area seemed spacious but isolated. However, this didn't bother him as he appeared familiar with this sort of isolation.
I can't pick up too much of the color on this cheap camera, but it does pretty well in the light. And in the dark, I mean.
Just before nightfall, he announced that the night would be lovely and that he was thrilled to spend the night alone. At midnight, he heard a creepy sound outside his tent and decided to see what was wrong. The voices rose stronger, so he ran further into the wood. A ghostly creature appeared and chased him. In his recording retrieved from the site, he was heard crying for help. Jeff was then declared missing, as no one had seen or heard from him since he left that fateful day. Rangers found his other belongings, but no one knew what had happened that night. An aggressive animal pulled down a camp tent and attacked the occupant in the jungle. The camper's feeble wall of protection appeared insufficient to protect him from a determined lion who staged his attack just outside the man's tent, and when the animal got impatient, it tore the tent and attacked the man. In that helpless moment, the man couldn't do anything more than try to shout the animal off, but that didn't stop the lion, who eventually ended the man's life. The relaxing atmosphere of a group of campers was altered in broad daylight when a bear appeared on the scene. The hungry bear stormed on their food in the afternoon, scattering their belongings and other items while the campers hid themselves in the tent, wishing it went away in low voices. This footage shows something disturbing that occurred on a camper's porch late in the night. A strange creature was caught slowly walking into Domino's woods. The man's dog, Domino, stared at this unusual figure, which had a human-like shape, and when the man noticed it too, he called out. But this eerie being walked into the woods. A monster was captured in a dash camera. This mythical creature was seen standing erect at the right side in the trees, but was not noticed by the trucker man. Very early in the morning, a truck driver drove into the site to collect equipment and was unaware of an ape-like presence until he stepped out of the truck. Stopping at a spot to load the equipment, the man noticed something unusual, but waited for some seconds to confirm. He instantly ran back into the truck and fled the site when he saw the creature. The recorded image of the beast was fully captured in the dash camera after the man fled. The height of the beast is estimated at 11 and 13 feet. In September 2023, two friends and a group of hunting partners went on a bow hunting trip at the east of Banff Park boundary around the David Thompson corridor in Alberta and encountered the most frightening creature. On the 8th of September, during their first night in the camp, they heard a strange sound and felt something moving in the woods near the camp. Due to that experience, a trail camera was set up by these men as an additional precautionary measure after ensuring that everything else was put in place to ward off any unwanted animals. At exactly 2:12, a strange being appeared from the wood, more clearly captured in the upper part of the left screen. It stormed its feet on the ground as it scaredly approached the tent of the hunters. This is an unusual video of a man walking into the woods in what began as an exciting adventure until he caught sight of a rare creature sitting in the woods in his camera. The man stopped walking to get a clearer image of the beast, but the frightening creature left the area before he could do so.
He's back here, boys. Where'd he go here?
Campers take refuge in a car as a lion enters their tent. The campers witnessed the most frightening experience as a lion walked into their tent and tore their belongings. After an extremely tiring day, they returned to their tent to rest, but upon getting there, a lion was seen walking out of the tent. The lion paraded the vicinity all night, turning around the tent, hoping to find its prey. Frustrated by its futile mission, the lion dragged the pillow out and tore the chairs outside.
Andy was that a little bit shaky.
The camper mentioned a calm composure despite being frightened to the core. They start the car several times in the night to ward the lion off, who appears more adamant after a chase. The lion lives at dawn, but the campers only step out after their confined vision is gone. A camper's cell phone camera caught a strange and upsetting inscription on an isolated path with many potholes leading to the woods. A woman driving in the path noticed the scary note, and the inscription on the paper taped on a stand read, "Have you seen him?" in emboldened letters that also displayed an equally frightening image of a beast. The woods are famous for housing strange treasures of fright and holding traces of campers' adventurous plights. Some of the spooky things found in the woods are Xylaria polymorpha, commonly known as dead man's finger, abandoned crematoriums, unexpected creepy signs, skeletons of both humans and other creatures, unfamiliar infections growing on animals' bodies, and the notorious abandoned stairs. A frightening body was discovered hanging in the forest in cold daylight. A group of campers found a hanging dead man in the depths of the forest and were completely shocked by the incident.
Oh, what am I looking at? Oh my God, he's hanging. Bro, did we just find a dead person in the suicide forest hanging?
The last memories of a drowned camper were discovered in his missing GoPro 2 years after his death. In 2017, Richard Mann recorded these special memories with his friends during one of their numerous adventures, but little did he know that this would be his last trip.
Richard is still is touching the world now.
While the family says they haven't watched the whole video yet, the clips they have seen.
2 years later, another man found the GoPro camera used during the initial recordings.
That a drowning victim's camera could still be buried in the murky waters. He was thrilled to find it for the family.
I reviewed the footage
And was excited to share it with the family, who had called people on social media to contact them if anything was found about the boy. A mixed feeling of sorrow and happiness clouded the family, who were once reminded of the loss and how much of a happy and daring person he was. A man hunting for treasure during camping pulled out a dead body wrapped in branches at a beachside. Captured in camera, the video exposed the face of the dead man after his covering was pulled off by the man, who wished it was some bundle of goodness. The revealed face of the man showed he must have been dead for some days and expected to have held some unpleasant odor. But the man who discovered the body seemed also surprised by the discovery of the body.
It's a dead person.
Holy shit.
Des?
Three campers mistakenly drowned in a river during their recording. A pure, refreshing activity turned fatal a few minutes later. The video revealed that they all drowned trying to save one another, but none of them were able to swim, and this cost them their lives. A group of 5 teenage campers was attacked, leaving one fatally injured by a middle-aged man over a minor misunderstanding. A cell phone recording from one of the victims revealed how the man angrily assaulted the teenagers after being harshly spoken to by the group at the Apple River.
Oh God! We up! What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about?
The day started with excitement and fun for the young teenagers before a middle-aged man approached them. Afterward, a little argument transpired, which later broke into a serious fight. Some boys pushed the man, and they rudely splashed water on him even after he had fallen. In retaliation, he slapped the girl among the teenagers, and this made others rise to her defense, but this made him act even more cruelly. Seeing that he was outnumbered, the man drew out his knives and brutally attacked the 5 of them, which eventually led to the death of one.
Are you serious? Is it real? Oh my God! Who is that?
Camper narrowly escaped a catastrophic death in the woods when he was attacked by a bear while alone in his tent. The voracious animal walked around the tent looking for an opening, but it started dragging the tent when it didn't find any. The frightened man hurried to shut every likely hole in the tent and mistakenly stumbled, which allowed the bear to bite his feet at the side of the tent. The man struggled to push his legs free after a scream. This scary video revealed a camper being chased by a hungry bear, captured in his GoPro. The man is riding a bicycle, and after a few minutes, a bear storms out of the woods and starts chasing him. The terrified man rode as fast as he could in an earnest attempt to get to safety. It was a frightening chase, and the man finally ran into the woods, leaving his bicycle behind. The bear looked around for him until a distant gunshot scared the bear away. A camper was brutally torn to pieces by a pack of lions in front of his family after making a fatal mistake. On February 18, 1975, 2 tourists captured the scene on the Angola border.
This sequence is part of the evidence examined by the court in a lawsuit brought by the heirs of the victim against.
It started as an exciting shooting of animals in the wild by the tourists who were at the scene with their families. Being cautious of the danger associated with staying close to wild animals, other tourists remained in the car and stretched their cameras to capture compelling images. The man exited the car as he got bored of staying hidden in the vehicle, desiring a more personal experience with the animal through his camera. The pack of hungry lions devoured him before a rescue team arrived. His camera recovered at the scene, which contained the final scenes he had recorded before he was torn apart.
A lioness seized the victim's movie camera. Stained with blood, the camera was...
A dead body was found in a river close to a camping site. The morning ended even before it started.
I never knew today would be one of those days.
A man goes fishing on a cool morning, but is soon frustrated as several odds stand against him, starting with his expensive net disappearing into the river. He was further discouraged, as he could not catch a single fish after several attempts. He took the unpleasant events as a prompt to return home, but stopped abruptly as he noticed something was moving on the water.
And another one, that's cool. So I figured I'd do a little bass fishing. You know, get my feet wet. You see my little feet now, they dangling.
A dead body is seen floating on the water. The man rowed faster to the shore, attempting to escape the horrible scene.
Golly. I was messed up in the head. But anyhow, I made it to land.
After following a baby's cry deep into the woods, a camper went missing. Upon hearing the baby's voice, the camper rushes into the woods to rescue it from danger. After searching through the cages in the area where he thought he had heard the voice, the camper is left lost and confused. This video shows disturbing images of campers' abandoned bushes and trucks with cracked windows and broken doors. The scary objects colliding with the equally deserted area evoke a sense of eeriness due to its association with danger, death, and the passage of time. Wild animals and unfamiliar creatures mostly inhabit these old buses. Strange occurrences were reported by the local townspeople in the area in 1957 at Emerson County. In 1997, a video capturing mysterious shadows was discovered, but until now, no one has come to claim the footage. The footage revealed a ghost walking in the woods. As the two campers walked into the woods just about this time, a fearful being surfaced and charged towards them. They tried to escape but fell with the camera.
You see that? Over there, look, over there. You see that? Wait, because that was it again, right there.
The couple refused to go home when other campers got into danger because of their unwise decision. The clear air and early sunlight announced the day was promising as campers excitedly recorded beautiful memories. Towards sunset, most campers packed their belongings and left, but a couple decided to stay back, hoping for a more blissful experience at night. The slow shadows of the evening peered on them as they began wrapping up for the day. Suddenly, a ghost-like sound was heard loudly in the woods. While this could have discouraged them, the man insisted on not letting the little scare disrupt his exciting adventure.
Oh, it's showing up. Open this.
Being a curious fellow, he also wanted to confirm where the sounds were coming from. At exactly 2:30 a.m., the man wakes up, notices his truck moving a bit, and hears footsteps. He stepped out of the car and pointed his hand in every direction from which the sound came, but nothing was seen. It became scarier for the couple as the sound became louder, and they were not eager to exit the camping site.
Woke up, I felt the van move, heard somebody try to open the door, and got up and turned the side light on.
A frightening creature is seen motionless beside a tree by a group of campers. This is very unusual, as a ghost is either seen moving about or making some scary sound but is not completely mute. The creature emerged from the woods and stared at a man with his family, and they ran back. This figure was noticed near an area where a few trees had fallen. The man who saw the being ran back to their tent and took a weapon for their defense against the weird-looking creature.
Right, they walked away. Yep.
A terrifying creature was captured on a trail camera near a fatal scene at a campsite. Before this strange sighting, police had investigated the site after 2 hunters discovered human remains made of limbs and branches near their hunting camp. The huge beast cannot be mistaken for an ape because its scary eyes and hair show that it's not the former, but looks more like a person from afar. However, a closer look revealed that it was a beast. This unbelievable scene unfolded at noon when the wild creature moved into the lamplight. The large beast fell the camera to the ground after making contact with it. Campers' Christmas party was ruined when a wild creature came out of the woods. They were caught in a cell phone camera outside their home in the woods.
Say Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Get a tree.
The couple carefully sneaked out to get a clear image of the being. The joyful chattering amidst lovely wishes is instantly replaced with sudden fright and alertness as a monster walks past the house where the family is gathered. The dog ran into the woods after seeing this creepy figure move about.
Oh no.
Suddenly, the creature, which appeared dark even though the incident happened during the day, moved from where it had stopped for a moment and resumed walking into the woods. A lion attacked these young brothers in broad daylight at their camping site. They did their best to fight off the 90-pound male lion, but were soon overpowered by the lion. The inseparable duo, identified as Talon and Wayne,
brothers Talon and Wyatt loved doing everything together in the outdoors. So when that mountain lion attacked them together, they bravely tried to fight it off to try to protect each other.
was full of life and enthusiasm and held each other's back, even in the face of death. They were always seen together, and their shared love for hunting in the woods and similar camping activities brought both men to their favorite sites on that particular day. Little did they know that that would be their last time together. The lion charged at them and bit both men on the face and the neck, but one of them managed to escape to seek help as the lion was stronger than them. It was a very sad realization that Talon had already passed on before the rescue team arrived.
They would literally fight for their lives together when a healthy 90-pound male mountain lion attacked them.
A group of campers trapped in the dark woods are further devastated by a mysterious light in the mountain. This abnormal brown light is noticed at different angles and is immediately followed by eerie voices. The strange cries stiffened the anxiety of the campers, as the woods were too dark for them to see one another except for the weird brown mountain light and loud screams, sending shivers down the spines of the campers. A young female camper met a devastating end after an unexpected disaster occurred. This incident happened at Yosemite Half Dome. This once vibrant young woman set out on a bright morning for a hike with her dad, as both are fans of exciting outdoor adventures.
It started out as thrilling thrilling adventure for a dad and his daughter hiking up the iconic Half Dome in Yosemite National Park.
But terror broke out as she missed her step and fell from a very high place, leaving fellow hikers in a state of shock and sorrow. A violent change in the weather caused the talented athlete's death.
20-year-old Grace Roloff was hiking with her father, a sport they loved. Together, they've logged more than 1,000 miles of hiking.
In 1997, a group of campers went missing after an extremely terrifying encounter. This footage shows what could have led to their death. The excitement of the group of campers over their adventurous moment was short-lived after something disastrous happened. An alien emerged from the dark, grabbing them one after the other. The campers tried to hide from the eerie figure, but it was too late, as he appeared faster than them.